How did McLaren go from midfield struggles to becoming Formula One's Constructors Champions after a 26-year drought? The answer lies in a key shift in attitude, one that starts right at the top with CEO Zak Brown. In this video, we'll explore how a culture of constructive criticism became the bedrock of McLaren's resurgence and how it's driving the team to the front of the grid. Every great comeback story has a pivotal moment. For McLaren, that moment wasn't a specific race or a flashy new car design. It was a shift in mindset. After years of frustration and underperformance, McLaren finally reached the mountaintop in 2024, winning the Constructors Championship for the first time in 26 years. But this success didn't come overnight. It was a process that started back in 2016 when Zak Brown took charge as CEO. His task? Fixing both the commercial and on-track performance sides of McLaren. Today, we'll break down the key leadership strategies Zak Brown implemented to make McLaren a force to be reckoned with once again. When Zak Brown joined McLaren in 2016, the team was in shambles. Poor results on track, an uninspired car, and commercial struggles were all part of the problem. Brown knew that fixing the car alone wouldn't solve everything. He had to fix the culture too. At the heart of this cultural shift was the concept of constructive criticism. But what does that mean? It's not just about pointing out mistakes. It's about creating an environment where mistakes can be addressed openly, without fear of blame, and used as a learning experience. According to Brown, one of his key strengths as a leader is his ability to surround himself with the right people, empower them, and, this is important, allow them to challenge him too. He explains, something I think I'm good at is getting the best people in their roles, pushing them very hard, giving them constant feedback, but letting them do their job. This is crucial. While many leaders claim to empower their teams, few are willing to be challenged by them. Brown's approach creates a sense of mutual trust, where the entire leadership team can challenge one another, even him, and no one takes it personally. It's about accountability, not ego. So how does this constructive criticism look in practice? It starts with having the right leadership team in place. McLaren's leadership group includes around 10 key figures, each responsible for different aspects of the organization, from car development to operations and strategy. This leadership team operates with a unique dynamic. They are loyal to one another, but never afraid to disagree. Brown himself admits that his team is comfortable saying, "Zak, I think you got it wrong here." This level of openness ensures that every decision is challenged and refined before it's acted upon. If someone spots a problem, they speak up, and not just for the sake of pointing fingers. The goal is always to find the best solution. Brown likens this approach to the world of American football. While he plays the role of the manager, the actual quarterbacks of McLaren are team boss Andrea Stella and the other leaders in charge of operations and trackside strategy. It's their job to throw the ball, while Brown focuses on giving them the tools and support to succeed. He sums it up best when he says, "I work for the team, they don't work for me." This subtle shift in leadership philosophy allows people like Stella to feel ownership of decisions and the freedom to lead. Another pillar of McLaren's leadership approach is self-awareness. It might sound simple, but self-awareness is one of the hardest things to master in high-pressure environments like Formula One. For Zak Brown, this means knowing what he's not good at. He's the first to admit that while he's been a racer his entire life, he's not the most qualified person to call strategy decisions during a Grand Prix. And unlike some team bosses, he's not interested in pretending otherwise. It is like on the pit wall, Brown explains. "I don't interfere. I ask questions, I share my thoughts, but I don't tell Tom Stallard or Will Joseph how to run a race. I'm not qualified to do that." This might sound obvious, but in the high-stakes world of F1, where cameras are constantly on team principles, it can be tempting for them to look busy or appear like they're in control of everything. Brown doesn't play that game. He believes that letting his team do their jobs without interference earns their respect, and it shows. Tom Stallard, Oscar Piastri's race engineer, even told Brown, "You know what I like about you on the pit wall? It's that you don't ever say anything." That's leadership, knowing when to stay quiet and let your team do the talking. All of these principles sound great in theory, but have they worked in practice? Absolutely. McLaren's results speak for themselves. From the back of the grid in 2018 to Constructors Champions in 2024, McLaren's progress has been nothing short of spectacular. Drivers Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have been vital to this success, but the culture that Zak Brown has built played a significant role. The constructively critical approach allows for continuous improvement. It ensures that mistakes aren't repeated and that decisions are well thought out before they're executed. Every new part of the car, every strategic call, and every team decision is scrutinized from all angles, not by one person, but by a team working together. And it's not just about being critical for the sake of it. It's about being constructive. This means focusing on solutions, not just problems. McLaren's resurgence has caught the attention of rival teams. Many F1 teams struggle with internal politics, where decision-making becomes a power struggle between senior figures. This can lead to indecision or, worse, costly mistakes. Zak Brown's leadership style is a reminder that ego has no place in F1. By building a team that thrives on honest feedback, McLaren is now reaping the rewards. It's a strategy that could benefit other teams in the paddock, especially those in disarray. The question is, will they be willing to put ego aside and follow McLaren's example? So, what can we learn from McLaren's remarkable journey back to the front of the F1 grid? At the heart of their transformation lies one key principle: constructive criticism. It's about empowering people, creating an environment of accountability, and being open to feedback, even when it's aimed at you. For Zak Brown, success is about building a team of leaders, not followers. He sees himself as a manager, not a micromanager. His goal is to support, not control. By recognizing his own limitations and trusting his team to do their jobs, McLaren has gone from being an afterthought in Formula One to a championship-winning powerhouse. The world of F1 is unpredictable. Success today doesn't guarantee success tomorrow. But if there's one thing McLaren has proven, it's that a strong culture can withstand the pressures of competition. Their story is a reminder that leadership isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing when to listen, when to challenge, and when to trust. If other teams follow this example, they may find themselves climbing the grid as well. But it's easier said than done. For now, McLaren stands as a shining example of how the right leadership can turn a struggling team into a championship contender. What do you think of McLaren's leadership approach? Could other teams benefit from this strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown of McLaren's journey to the top, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on all things McLaren and Formula One. Hello McLaren faithfuls. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe so you never miss any McLaren F1 updates with relaxing ASMR elements. Your support is what keeps this incredible community growing stronger every day. It costs you nothing to like and subscribe, but it helps the channel tremendously. Let's continue the conversation and share our passion for McLaren F1 together. You can also discover my journey as a passionate creator navigating life with challenging disabilities. Despite the obstacles, I'm determined to follow my dreams and share my love for McLaren and F1 with the world. By becoming a patron, you'll not only be supporting my dream, but you'll also gain access to exclusive content, including untold stories of legendary F1 drivers and much more. Your support can truly make a difference in my life, helping me continue to do what I love. Click the link below and enjoy.